Hey everybody, CW here, Card Wolf, because I'm always on the hunt for great cards. Today we will be hunting through a box of 1991 Upper Deck Series 1 baseball. I don't know, they called it Series 1. It's low series. They have a high series and they have, I don't know, is this a regular series? I'm not sure quite what they call it, but it's the regular series. And I opened a pack of this on, I think it was Dorking with Dice a few weeks ago. And I said on the episode, I was like, I need to get a box of that because it's actually a very overprinted box. The base cards to this are not all that exciting, but it has a lot of opportunities for autographs. It has Find the Nolan, which you can get an autographed Nolan Ryan card potentially out of these. There are also 4 other Hall of Famers who signed for this. And a lot of people don't realize that. They call them Heroes of Baseball. And we are going to be looking for autograph cards today. The other great thing about this box, this set, is that in this series you can also pull a Michael Jordan special card. This was the year that Michael Jordan decided that, maybe he wanted to just, I don't know, on a lark take up professional baseball. And so he tried out for the Chicago White Sox, and there is a card, a special card of Michael Jordan that you can get out of here. And we're looking for that too. That's also a very desirable card. So a lot of good things about this. I'm going to go open at least half of the box. Hopefully we will get to more of that, but I'm going to open as much of it as I can. I think on the back here it talks about who else you can get. The Heroes of Baseball include Harmon Killebrew, Gaylord Perry, and Fergie Jenkins, with 3,000 of each card personally signed by the Hall of Famers. So that's like 9,000 Hall of Famer cards from Heroes of Baseball, and then Nolan Ryan signed 2,500 cards. So that's actually pretty good odds. I mean, they overprinted this, so there are a lot of boxes of this out there, but I've noticed they have been going up in price recently, and I was kind of interested to see if we could hit one of those big autographs. I'm going to use scissors. The pack opening machine would undoubtedly object to me using scissors to open these packs, but that is what we're going to do today because I think it'll be a little quicker, and we'll get through the cards that way. Again, the base cards for this is not a lot of value in the base cards, not any other than the Michael Jordan card, which is considered, I think by most people, considered to be his rookie card. Other than that, there aren't really any big rookies we're looking to pull out of here. Of course, a lot of Hall of Famers in 1991 tops, but the big cards are those autograph cards, so that is what we will be looking for, and we're just gonna make an absolute mess in getting into these packs and cutting off the tops of the wrapper. Again, I don't usually open packs this way, but to get through these with maximum speed and efficiency, we're going to do it this way. So we'll start with this pack and see how we do getting these cards out of here. Thanks for joining me today. It is Anything Can Happen Day, and we are seeing what exactly is going to happen. These are Upper Deck, so these are going to be all kinds of backwards and kind of, just all kinds of upside down. I'm going to go through these really quick. I'm not going to, that is a weird Todd Stottlemyre card, though. I have to pause at that one. That is unusual. Just going to see what we can do getting these cards out of here. Walt Weiss doing some acrobatics there for the A's. Mariano Duncan there. A lot of upside down backwards. We got Chuck Carr and Jeff Reardon there. Kevin Seitzer just sitting on the ground, not actually playing baseball, just wants to hang out. Looks like we got a hologram card here too. Let's see what that is. Those are always really cool. Neat St. Louis Cardinals card there. I can't get my camera to quite focus on the hologram. You kind of see it there. Send that one out to Travis A., who is a big Cardinals fan. And then on the bottom here, we get one of the Nolan Ryan special cards. It is unfortunately not autographed, but there is a special subset of Nolan Ryan cards. I'm going to set that one aside. That's pretty nice pull. Tim Leary, Henry Rodriguez, and Tom Edmonds finish that one off. Go to our next pack. And again, trying to get through these as quickly as I can. I think this is the way we go through these. We start off with Lee Stevens. I don't remember that player. Farrell. And again, Oakland A's hologram this time. Vizcano there. And Dave Smith with an amazing haircut. I mean, why don't guys get their haircut like that anymore? I really don't know. That's beautiful. Chris Johnston, that is a prospect card. I forgot they did prospects, but again, I don't think there are any big or rookies or anything like that out of here. Jeff Parrott, Pedro Munoz, Schwan Dunston. I know some of you big Cubs fans will be delighted to see that card. Milt Thompson and Andy Van Slyke finishes off that pack. Again, looking for autograph cards of Nolan Ryan, Fergie Jenkins, Gaylord Perry, and Harmon Killebrew, the killer, in here. We got Tony Gwynn starting off there. That's a nice card to see. I always like to see the Hall of Famers. We got Lance McCullers, Bob Melvin. I'm going to flip these over. I think I approached this pack the opposite way. Edgar Martinez there, and Michael Kost. Chuck Nagy, a Brewers hologram. There you see, really, what you're seeing is the reflection of my camera in those hologram cards primarily. That's seems to be what we got here. I can't seem to keep this from going out of focus. Maybe I'll do it like that. Is that better? Maybe that'll help. Paul Gibson, Mookie Wilson, Chipper Jones. That is a rookie card, actually. I forgot that Chipper Jones prospect card is in here, so that's a keeper for sure. That's a nice one. Tom Herr, and Travis A is a big Tom Herr fan. I'll throw that aside, though. I bet he has that card. Henry Cotto and Randy Myers finishes off that pack. See how we do here. I'm trying to figure out what the best way to approach these are. Most of them seem organized in the same way. Wally Joyner there, former Rookie of the Year. Jim Gott, who is pumped about something. Rick Mahler and Mickey Morandini. Cubs hologram card there. And behind that, Mike Morgan. Casey Cannondale and Steve Carsey. Gagne and Sid Bream. Spike Owen. And flip that over for Luis Salazar. And go to our next pack. Again, looking for autograph Hall of Famer cards. And this is another Nolan Ryan card, I believe. This is another Nolan Ryan special card. Let's see if I'm right about that. It is indeed. There he is in the Astrodome. Pretty cool to get a few of those out of just the first 4 or 5 packs. Bob Walk, which I always thought was a completely inappropriate name for a pitcher. Dennis Cook. Get another Cardinals hologram there. John Burkett, we get our first Oriole, I think, Mark Williamson. Todd Van Poppel prospect, that was a hot prospect back in those days. Dave Henderson there. Shane Mack just laying down on third base by the looks of it, just resting his head delicately on third base. He's all tired after getting that triple that brought him out to third base. He's all sleepy. Frank Tanana, shout out to Julie Searle, whose friend likes Frank Tanana, I think, if I'm remembering that right. John Shelby, who was an Oriole for a long time and never really performed the way people thought that John Shelby would, unfortunately. This is the right way? I don't know. Here we go. Do that. Tim Belcher and Stan Javier. We got Ron Oster, Gilkey, another Cardinals. Got 3 of those so far. Tim Belcher again. 2 Tim Belchers. We've been Belchered twice in this pack, and I feel sort of uncomfortable with that. Greg Harris, Jeff Juden, Al Newman, Leaping, and Jeff Leonard there, Luis Polonia, Von Hayes, who was quite the player, Charlie HoF, because, you know, he's been pitching since the early days of baseball with the one of the early teams in baseball, Mark Portugal. There, Charlie HoF, I tell you, I think he's still pitching somewhere. Maybe he's under an assumed name or something like that, I'm not sure. We got Mike Morgan here looking askance at someone in Los Angeles. Willie Wilson and Mike Gard, another Brewers hologram. We got 2 of those so far. Edgar again. Dana Kiker, I don't know that guy. Keeker, I'm not sure I know that guy. Checklist, because, you know, we got to get those. Terry Mulholland and Wally Backman there. Dave Cohn and Lance Johnson at the bat rack. That's a lot of bats there, Lance. I don't think they're all yours. Let's see what we get out of this pack here. Again, looking for autographs, and it looks like we got another Nolan Ryan special. That's pretty sweet. Now, there are, as I recall, I think it says there, what does it say, 18 different Nolan Ryan special cards. If we ended up making a set of those, I would be thrilled. That's a really nice one. That's a nice photo of Nolan Ryan on that one. Jeff Gray. And we got Narcisco Elvira, who I do not remember. Leave it to Rob at Bucks and Six to tell me about Narciso there. Another Cubs. Man, we got a lot of repeats on these holograms. I don't know what that's about. Another Cubs player there. That is Mark Grace, apparently. Bruce Ruffin. Felix Fermin and Jody Reed. Steve Avery. We got Dan Petrie, backwards card. Kevin Mitchell and Jose Arijo finishes that off. Wrong stack card. Wolf, come on, get it right. Go to our next pack and see if we can get an auto out of one of these. Getting some nice Nolan Ryan insert cards. And for this one, we will start on this side. We start off with John Burkett, who we have seen his face before in this rip already. Jamie Moyer just kicking it in the dugout there as fans file into the stadium. Jamie Moyer. And we got Kilborn, we got the A's. Behind that is Wally Joyner again. Dave Gallagher. Is that Kyle Abbott? Prospect card there. Willie Blair, no relation to Paul. Dave Martinez, Lou Whitaker, who should be in the Hall of Fame. There's Dave Clark of the Dave Clark 5. Bits and Pieces, the Dave Clark 5, their best song in my opinion. All right, we got to cut these packs as well, and I would like to cut them 3 at a time or something, but because they're these darn foil packs that Upper Deck used for so long, they do not cut quite so easily. Even with my very sharp kitchen shears, I'm trying to make sure that I do not cut any cards and also do not cut myself, which would not be a fun thing to have happen in an episode. Hope you guys are doing well. It is Thursday, the weekend coming up. Baseball season starting to wind down, and football season in high gear. Really been enjoying the football games. I did not enjoy the Ravens game on Monday night. That game did not go very well for us. The Ravens, I don't know. They're letting so many teams score so many points on them. It just makes me think that it's going to be shootouts all year long for the Ravens, which is not, I mean, it's fun, but doesn't make for predictable endings, and I want them to win their games. All right, next pack, we got Fred McGriff starting things off there. That's a nice card. I don't think I have that one. I'm going to put that aside. Wilson and Wilt Chamberlain there. Wilt Chamberlain? No, West Chamberlain. Hold on now. We got a portrait card here. Chuck Finley. Another Cardinals hologram. What is going on with the holograms? I don't get it. It's very weird. Matt Young, and there's Oral Hershiser looking a bit creepy. Darren Fletcher. Frank Viola. Sweet music. Bobby Bonilla, who's yucking it up with somebody in whatever stadium he's playing in. I don't think he's playing in Pittsburgh. I think that's an away uniform. And Lee Smith, Hall of Famer there. Tim Burke, Gary Sheffield finishes off that pack. We're in quest of a Nolan Ryan autograph or an autograph card from Hall of Famers Harmon Killebrew, Gaylord Perry, and Fergie Jenkins. Would love to pull one of those. I've never pulled one of those special autographs out of a pack of Upper Deck, even though they did stuff like that every year. I never pulled one. Lloyd Mosby making a hand gesture at the camera. Kirk Gibson, who is barely visible in that one because the umpire is blocking Kirk Gibson. It's a weird card. Barry Jones, another Brewers one. Man, this is very weird. You would think we'd get a bigger variety of hologram stickers, but no. Dave Bergman, George Bell, shout out to John, the autograph fisherman, Len Britcher there, Ellis Burks, Hassie Bradley, Louis Salazar again, John Tudor there, and Alan Trammell, Hall of Famer card there, and Dave Parker. I'm putting both of those aside. I don't know. I may start collecting Dave Parker. I mean, I have his rookie, so really it's just a matter of collecting his cards from other years when he had a lot of cards coming out from various card companies. Chris Gwynn there and Steve Farr, Tom Browning, and another Cubs hologram sticker. I'm going to have enough Cubs hologram stickers for all of you Cubs fans out there. Sharperson and Scott, Willie Banks, Brett Saberhagen again, eating a lollipop, I think is what's going on there. I think he's got a lollipop. What does that look like to you? I hope these are in focus. I can't really see the screen because I've put it up so high. Todd Power, Mike LaValliere, and really not getting Fred Lynn there with the Padres. What? Fred Lynn with the Padres? When did that happen? I don't remember that at all. It is from some other reality, for I do not remember that. We got a Nolan Ryan special, or Baseball Heroes Nolan Ryan card right here, so that's pretty cool. We start off with another one of those, and this one is number 4 no-hitter. That's a cool card too. Would have been a lot cooler if it had a signature on it. I'll just make that statement, but still a very cool card. We got Dan Gladden and some other folks here. Another Cardinals hologram. It's like we got 4 teams that we are allowed to get holograms from out of this box. I don't understand that. Sam Horn, who looks kind of annoyed. I don't know why he looks so mad there. He's playing for Baltimore. That's not a bad thing. Kevin Tapani and Dickie Thon. We got Jay Buhner. Biggio, Milt Thompson backwards card of David Segui and Wally Whitehurst, who I do not remember. Rob Deere finishing that pack off. Rob Deere was quite the prospect when he came up. Everybody thought he was going to be a big power hitter, a guy who'd be able to lead teams to championships. Didn't quite go that way for whatever reason. Start off this pack with Mark Whitten, Jim Ison right there, and another Cardinals hologram. What is up with that? I don't remember it being like that when I opened these in the past, back in 1991. Bosio and Brett Maine showing you his catcher's gear, a close-up of Brett Maine strapping on the knee pads there. I love that. Kevin Seitzer. Dave Righetti and Dave Stewart, 2 Daves in a row there. We got Mike Devereaux and Jose De Leon. We finish off with Bip Roberts. I don't remember what Bip was short for. I don't think that was his given name. I think that was supposed to be short for something, but I don't remember what it was. Looks like we got Harold Baines there, another Hall of Famer. Harold Baines looks like he's working out some sort of a cramp in his leg with that. I'm pretty sure that is not how Harold Baines would actually swing at things. We got Scott Leas there. Oakland A's. All right, have we hit that one yet? I don't know if we hit the Oakland A's hologram. I don't think we have Dave Vail. Kurt Schilling. Reggie Sanders, top prospect. That would have been a hot card back then. Reggie Sanders was quite the prospect. Pedro Munoz doesn't think so, but it really was. Nice Dale Murphy card there during his short stint with Philadelphia. Tony Fernandez, really good shortstop. We got Robin Yount, and this is back when he played the outfield. Check this photo on the back. Robin Yount playing the outfield. They moved him out there late in his career. And we finish off with Brett Butler, who himself was quite the prospect. I think he came up in like 82 or something like that. We've got this one. Starting out with Junior Felix. I've said before that I would never let my nickname be Junior. The Bashing Years is what this card is called. I will bring it up to the camera and see if it will focus so that you can see what I'm talking about there. The Bashing Years for McGuire. That's kind of weird. I don't remember that card. John Barfield and Twins. Gary Gaetti portrait card. Another Brewers hologram. Don't understand the assortments there. We got Greg Blosser prospect card. I barely remember him. Tom Gordon and Ben McDonald looking delighted to be on a baseball card. You know, I always like to see that. Chris Hoyle's our backwards cards. Another Nolan Ryan. It's the regular Nolan Ryan. It is also not signed. Got two more packs from that stack. Maybe we'll have room for another stack of packs after this. Starting this one off with another Nolan Ryan Baseball Heroes card. Delighted about that. Will it be signed is the question. No, it's not. It's not even a Nolan Ryan. It's just that. That is not even a real card. I mean, come on. What on earth? That is going in the circular file over there where propaganda cards belong, in my opinion. There is Saberhagen on the portrait card there, another Cubs hologram. Omar Vizquel, and who is this? I don't know who this player is. Dan Peltier. Okay, I remember him. Prospect card of that player, Joe Baver, or Bover, I believe. And who's that? That's Barry Bonds. There's Barry Bonds back during his Pirates days. These are 1991, so these are somewhat removed from his rookie year. Lonnie Smith, Ray Langford, Hubie Brooks, and Bill Spires. Go to our last pack out of that stack and see how we do. I think we flip this one over. Yeah, I think we flip it over that way. Start off with Darren Lewis. Darren Lewis is our first card out of this pack. And then Bobby Witt. We got a portrait card there of Seattle Manor Harold Reynolds. Cardinals again. Brian Harvey, George Brett. Nice one there. George Brett running for his life. He looks like someone is maybe going to try to tag him. I don't know. Maybe got caught in a rundown. Put that over there. Our prospect card is Kurt Miller. And then a really cool Ricky Henderson card. Always like this card. I have to show that off. Always like that one. We'll flare that. Corey Snyder, Steinbeck, and Cowrican Jr. There you go. Not so bad. And Lenny Dykstra. All right, let's see if we can get into another stack of this. I'm going to put these wrappers. You can see me throwing them carelessly to the floor here. See if we can get through another stack of this before this episode grows too long. I don't know if it's going to be possible. To go a little faster maybe through these and not say the player name so much. Really just looking for autograph cards, Fergie Jenkins, Gaylord Perry, Harmon Killebrew, and yes, Nolan Ryan. We've got some of the Nolan Ryan insert cards, special cards, which I'm pretty excited about. I think I'm missing there are 18 of them, and I think I'm missing 3 or 4 of them for having all of them. And I think we did pull one of them, that one with the no-hitter, the 4th no-hitter on there. It's one that I don't think that I had. So that is a nice PC card for me. Once again, 1991 Upper Deck. And this is not the high number version. This is the regular version. I don't know. All right, let's see how we do here. I'm just going to throw these wrappers on the floor. I'm getting silver dust from these wrappers all over myself as I do this. It's a mess. There's Kevin Appier. That's quite a pose by Kevin Appier. Tony Pena and Oakland A's. Bill Gullickson. Tartable. Willie Blair. And Pete Harnish there. Brady Anderson. More Orioles in here. I'd like to see that Sammy Sosa card. Finishing that pack off for you Cubs fans. All right, this is another Baseball Heroes card. This is 18 of 18 for the Nolan Ryan insert set, and it is also not signed, unfortunately. That's a shame, but I'll put that aside. What's happening here? Mike Benjamin appears to be trimming. He looks like a bat boy. That is weird. Mike Benjamin apparently trimming the net over the dugout, I guess? I'm not sure. Mike Benjamin appears to be a bat boy. I don't know what's going on there. Gerald Clark. Carlton Fisk. I'm going to keep that one. I don't think I have that. Another Brewers holo. And we'll just go to these nice Mike Mussina rookie. I'll grab that one. I don't know why I thought there were no good rookies in here. We've gotten Mussina and Chipper Jones thus far. That's pretty good. Smoltz finishing off that pack. And we're doing pretty well. I think we'll get through this stack before I feel like ending this episode. All right, we start this one off with Luis Gonzalez playing first base there for the Astros. Another checklist card, Melito. And it is indeed Dave Stewart, Cubs. And Rich Getman, who, I've forgotten he was with the Astros. I think of him as being a Red Sox player forever, but I guess he did end up going to the Astros. I don't remember that. Further evidence of alternate realities at work here. You got, I always like this card. It is Mark Grant, and he's throwing the football there for the Braves. So I wonder if Mark Grant somehow, nice Robin Ventura in the classic White Sox uniform there. I like that one. I wonder if Mark Grant got like a football scholarship or maybe an offer from a football team, but he chose baseball. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Frank White there, great second baseman for the Kansas City Royals. I always like Frank White and call his cards out when we get them. Another Cardinals hologram. And there's another guy by the bat rack. It's Kurt Stillwell this time. He's fondling that bat very tenderly there. I'm not quite sure why that bat is so special to him. But Otis Nixon and Tim Costo, not Costco, but Costo, Ron Darling, and somebody stretching here. It's Pete Harnish again. Nothing out of that pack. Let's see if we can do better here. Again, we're looking for autograph cards. That is what I am looking for, and I hope I find one. Juan Augusto is not autographed and not one of the guys I'm looking for there. Another Kevin Belcher card and another Cardinals hologram. Mark Eichhorn there. Flip these over. It'll be more exciting. Mike Moore. Mike Boddicker with the Red Sox. Juan Samuel, who played in the league for like 30 years. There he is with the Dodgers. He played for a lot of different teams. Who's that? Brent Knacker? I don't remember him either. Greg Olson just kicking it in the dugout. That one is almost miscut. That is the one card that we've gotten so far that is really off center. Thigpen finishes off that pack. See if I can get through these quickly so we can finish out this stack. We start off with another Nolan Ryan insert card. That's pretty awesome. This is number 14. It is not signed, sadly, but nonetheless cool to get that one. We got another A's hologram card. Cerruti and Dave Hollins. Royce Clayton prospect card there. Bedrosian. And just go through these more quickly. So almost to the end of this stack. We got 3 packs left. I think that's what as many as I will open today. So far we have not had luck with an autographed card. Mike McFarland starts off this pack. We have the Brewers again. Willie McGee and Devon White, 2 speedsters back-to-back there. Nice to see that. Wilfredo Cordero is the prospect card out of this pack. We get one in every pack. By the way, this is going nice Randy Johnson card there. And Lonnie Smith again. Lonnie Smith has been the backwards card several times. I'm not sure what Lonnie Smith did to deserve that fate. And there's Bert Blyleven wearing an Upper Deck shirt on that card. That's pretty cool. Forgotten about that. And there he is with a beach ball. That is a wacky card. I'm going to keep that one. Bert Blyleven, of course, a Hall of Famer as well. Nice to see another Cubs hologram there. Kiki Jones, is that who it is? Kiki Jones playing the prospect for us in this pack. Saberhagen again. I'm starting to lose my ability to make words because I'm going through these so quickly. I've got a giant stack. This is our last pack that we're getting into today. What will happen? Who will we get? Will it be an autograph card? I don't know. It doesn't look good for us. Ken Griffey Sr. with Jr. in tow there, and a team card. That's pretty cool. I don't remember that card. Is that the White Sox? 1917 Revisited. That's kind of cool. I'm going to keep that one. I don't remember that card. Another Cardinals hologram, Scott Sanderson. Glenn Wilson. No, it does not look like. There's Jose Oquendo. That's a nice pull for me. Jose Oquendo, who legitimately played all 9 positions on the field in baseball, and we did not get an autograph card. We got one more stack to go through. We'll do that on another day and see if we get anything out of there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that. It was fun for me. I'll see you back here tomorrow for Dorking with Dice. We do it every Friday, and it's always a good time. Thanks so much for coming by the channel today, and as always, happy collecting.